everybody. Welcome to Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today because we are doing a catch up and a preview. We're looking back and we're looking forward.
We're looking a little further back and we're looking forward. So it's a good day.
Yes. And this is something I've been thinking about doing for a long time because I had all these sort of random movies that we haven't covered on the podcast. And for the most part, we try to at least mention everything once. For Hallmark. And so we actually have 5 movies that we're going to briefly talk about and give our thoughts on. And then we're going to preview the Summer Nights movies. So, yeah. I mean, I guess I should introduce. So I am film critic fighter. Anne is here to help me with this process. Yeah. So, Anne, how do you feel about Hallmark 2023?
I think Hallmark 2023 has been a struggle.
Yeah, it has.
They're like on my list of movies, it's like only like the very first few are like really good, and then it's just everything else is just kind of like this stagnant, like lower line,
I did my top 15 TV movie ranking. And I had on there, let's see, 1, 2.
One of them that
3,
you have is that
4.
most of us haven't even seen yet because it hasn't aired on the network, which I'm glad we have something good on.
Yeah.
That's a relief.
because at Christmas Con we got the early preview of Field Day, which I really enjoyed. So take that one out, and I have 5 from Hallmark in this grouping, and that includes Take Me Back for Christmas, Sweeter Than Chocolate, The Wedding Cottage, Wedding Season, and When Love Springs, and the Family History Mysteries.
Yes, I really like that one. Yeah, I didn't see the When Love Springs, but the rest of those, or we'll have to watch Take Me Back for Christmas soon. But
I can't wait. I can't wait till you see it.
I'm really excited because I really like Vanessa Linguis. I really hope like they'll let her do like, movies made for Hallmark or just more movies, because I like her a lot. I loved her. I really liked her in what is it? The Turner and Hooch.
She was so good in that. And now I'm like curious to go back and watch the other collaborations between Corey and his wife Kate Pragnell, because that one was so good. And I think, I bet because I remember watching the Lifetime one they did with Brooke Nevin, but it was just one of those ones that was just like packed in, with all of those movies. And so kind of curious to go back and watch it one of these days. But I love, they're like a dream team now for me.
Awesome. I'm so glad. Well, it's awesome for them too. Like it's awesome for us and it's awesome for them.
But I have for Up TV, I have Mixed Baggage, The Wedding Wish, Just Jake, Happy Camper, Luckless in Love, and The Secret Sauce. So I have 6 from Up TV, which is pretty amazing.
That is that's really good.
And then I have Prom Pact from Disney Plus, which I loved and adored. Just the fact that that's still the best movie that Disney has made in 2023. My friend Stanford, because we always do like a year ranking, and normally he just grumbles along when I make him watch these DComs, and I told him, I said, it's probably going to be number 1. Be ready. It's probably going to be number 1 in the ranking, and I loved it. It was so good, but he liked it.
It was good. It was cute.
So good.
It was well done. It hit nostalgia. It was. They just did a good job.
Yeah, it was so good. And then I have one Lifetime. I have The Hammer, which was bonkers from with Reba, who I love so much. But yeah, so it's been. I mean, that's not a great year for Hallmark. Usually, I should have more than that.
Yeah,
in my top 15.
I agree. I'm ready to be wowed by something because I need that.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/hallmarkies.
Dive in. Let's talk about the first one. Let's talk about Dream Moms. This was on Hallmark Channel. Tamara Mallory Housley, Chelsea Hobbs, Matthew James Dowden, director Jessica Harmon. Two moms whose Broadway dreams get deferred enter a TV talent show competition together and learn that it's never too late to become what or who you want to be. So what did you overall think about this? I have a feeling you liked it more than me.
I did like it more than you. I didn't love it, but I did like it. I think that I feel like I'm giving it a lot of slack because, which is not really fair, I guess. Because I'm so glad that they tried something different and they tried to do something that could be, uplifting and powerful for women, and that was about women and for women, different kinds of women and different kinds of relationships. And I really like that they did that. Does that mean that it was actually, good? No. So I think I'm kind of like
Yeah.
off of, they really tried to do something different, which I really appreciate. But I think there's things I liked about it. Like I think Tamara's singing is like the best part of the movie.
Yeah. Wish there was more of it.
Yes, I wish there was more of her singing. I thought her singing was great. It wasn't overproduced. It sounded like she was really singing, which she told me she really was singing. And she sounded great. And I liked Matthew James Dowden and his characters, relationship, the support, the romance. I like that.
To me, that relationship, I wish that the whole movie has just been about that.
Yeah.
And I think that this attempt that Hallmark has made to do women's fiction basically has really rang flat for me. I just
what other ones would you say really attempted that?
Like Spring Breakthrough. That was bad. The Wedding Veil movies, a little bit more trying to do that. I did like Unexpected Grace. That was pretty good, and I liked the one with Holly Robinson Pete. And that was pretty good. So I guess it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I just did not like this movie at all. I just did not care about this. These like basically you're like following these two stage moms and them trying to kind of force this on their kids and perform, and just I was so bored with this movie. I was not invested at all in what was going on. It was just like, what? And it has been a while since I saw it, I admit it, but I was just like, it took me a couple days to finish it because I was just like kept falling asleep and I just was not interested.
Yeah. Or didn't want to reboot it up. Yeah.
No. I was just like, let's get back to the romance. That was fun. And they say from packed lunches to packed audiences, two moms whose Broadway dreams got deferred under a talent show competition. And I don't know, I just found them kind of petty and just was just not invested in the story.
I didn't because I like Roger Cross a lot, but I did not like his character in this movie. I don't know, I just felt like he just wanted Tamara's character to not really, think it was okay to, have a dream and to pursue her dream. So I definitely didn't like that. aspect of that relationship. But I did like Matthew playing basketball with his son, and that I did like that relationship.
Yeah.
Chelsea, a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, I'd give this one like a 1. I was so bored. It just was not interesting to me. I was not invested. I really didn't like Chelsea's character. She was the bigger problem for me. So the script was my problem.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. If you're saying it's boring, then that's usually related to the script. Yeah.
Yeah. There just wasn't interesting conflict. It was just like watching these people go through auditions and getting ready and being kind of petty, and I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. Didn't do it. What would you give it?
I think I would give it a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Just a flat 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then we had Love in Zion National, a national park romance. And this has Cindy Busby and Dave Gridley. Director Sam Irwin. Assistant curator Lauren is out to prove a set of ancient vases belong with the Pueblo Nation. While in Zion, she meets Adam, a native Puebloan park ranger who helps her on her mission. So, what were your thoughts about this one?
Well, I actually never got to watch this one because
okay.
I never watched it when it came on, and then we just did this recap so quick. So I never got to watch it, but I'm kind of against these national park romances not actually filmed in a national park, which is part of my problem why I don't want to watch it, because I'm like, this is absurd.
Well, I was nervous about that because the last 2 haven't been, or barely in one of them. And so I was nervous about that, but I do think more of this one was actually filmed in Zion's, just because I think it's harder to pass off Canada as Zion's national park. Like I think the next one we'll talk about in the preview, but the Smoky Mountain one, because I think that's easier to pull off, because there's nothing in Canada that looks remotely like Zion's National Park.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. And then they filmed so many of these in Utah. I don't know why they wouldn't just do it anyway, but this one was not great, but it was fine.
Which is the best of these national park?
Like it was hard because I felt like Cindy felt so much older than this guy.
Oh, okay.
To me, which whatever. Like if you're gonna work that into the plot, and maybe he's not, I don't even know, but it felt that way. So that hurt the chemistry a little bit. And so it was just kind of like watching these people try to like save the vases for the Native American, it's because they are like in these national park movies, they want to recognize the tribes so much, and the Native American, but they've done it always very clunky. They have not figured out a way to kind of do that, and I admire them for wanting to do that and trying to do that, but it's been rough. Yeah. And so I what I would do, I think, if I were given the assignment to make a Love and Zion National, or if they're doing Love and Bryce National Park or whatever, I would have the lead be a Native American actress. Give the part. You could have even though it's Canadian, but you could have Shannon Baker, who is in Mixed Baggage. She's Native American and Native Canadian, whatever. She could do it. She would be amazing. She's so good. And so have her, cast her, and and then you don't have to like wedge it in. You could just have a part of her journey and her story.
I think that would work a lot better. Just to do it that way than trying to do it this, roundabout way.
Yeah. Because it feels patronizing. It feels like, please teach us about your people so we can, I don't know. It's just not good. Yeah. I did also feel like this David Gridley guy really felt like a young Christopher Plaha to me.
Oh, I think I remember you saying that, and he does kind of
looks a lot like
I can see that. Yeah.
He was okay. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't that bad, but But it was just very. I'm just not feeling these national park
Yeah, I'm not
movies.
looking forward to the next one. Foreshadowing.
Yeah. I'd give this one a 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So then now we have 3 mysteries in a row, which I watched all yesterday. So
And Mystery Sunday.
yeah, that was quite
Mystery
the
Sunday.
Sunday. We have the Jane Mysteries, Inheritance Lost. This stars Jodie Sweetin, Stephen Huzar, director Marco de Forma. And it's Jane De Silva inherits a foundation that runs a detective agency. While investigating her first case, she discovers a company that exploited her client's mother, and she realizes that delving into the past can be dangerous. So, what did you think of this one?
I think I have a really weird opinion of this movie, and I think part of it is Jodie Sweetin is in it, so I think
Mhm.
she kind of threw me off because it just felt so dark because she was in it and she's
Uh-huh.
the actress, and I'm just like, why would they put her in? I think she made it feel more dark than it was because she couldn't like use her skills as much because
Mhm. Well, she's
plus
more of
the
a comedic actress, more
yeah, she's a
funny.
comedic actress, so I thought it was gonna be funny, and then I'm like, it literally feels like the lighting is dark. I was like, the way this woman died is so dark. These people thought she committed suicide for like
Yeah.
so many years. I just felt so heavy and dark to me.
Yeah, I
And,
can
like
see
Stephen
that.
was really in it, and I did not like it. I really,
Mm.
I think
It
my
was just like
expectations.
nothing. There was nothing in this movie. I mean, they and Stephen Huzar, like he had a million times more chemistry with Taylor Cole.
Yeah,
Those Ruby Herring were way better, and those weren't like the best, but they're better than this.
yeah,
I
it's
mean, they were it felt a little try hard, like it's like trying too hard to be like the sexy lounge singer and the it didn't
yeah, yeah,
because well, I've said this many times with these mystery shows, you can have two things. You can either like lean into the camp and kind of
yeah.
have fun with them, or
I
you can be
think
like
what I
super
thought,
gritty and realistic or whatever.
yeah.
And I prefer the camp.
I thought this was gonna be funny and campy, and so then it was just like my expectation and what I got was like two totally different things.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
couldn't handle it. I just couldn't. I was like, this feels like the darkest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and so then it ends, and the case was just like so obvious and so bland. I did not care about this case at all.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, okay. And so I agree with you on this one. It did little for me. It was not a great pilot for this show.
Yeah.
So I would give this one a 2.
Yeah. I would give it 2.5.
Yeah.
I struggled.
Okay, so then we got The Dancing Detective, A Deadly Tango, Lacey Chabert, Will Kemp, director Stefan Scanini. High-profile CEO is murdered on the eve of his company's corporate event in Malta, a high-stakes ballroom competition between senior executives. Detective Bailey is sent undercover as one of the contestants. And the thing I think about this movie is that I could feel money in this movie. I
Yeah.
think it
I
definitely
could
had
see.
like a bigger budget than the typical Hallmark movie.
I think it did too. It felt like it looked, it sounded, it felt like it did.
Yeah. And especially that long car chase that they had, I guess, through Malta. I was
Hmm.
like, that was expensive.
Yeah. That's not, yeah, cheap or easy
Mhm.
to, yeah.
Yeah. I just wish it wasn't a mystery. I just wish that this was like Roman Holiday in Malta between these two actors. I just didn't care about the mystery and it wasn't interesting. And it would have just been so much better if this was just a because the banter was pretty good and they already have existing chemistry. And I just wished that it had been Roman Holiday in Malta.
Yeah, I definitely think the mystery was the weakest part because I
Mhm.
liked everything else, like the banter and the comedy and like those parts. I really liked the chemistry, but I thought that the mystery was lacking.
Mhm.
I actually enjoyed. They showed us a little bit more than they sometimes they don't really show us that much of the place, so I kind of
Yeah,
enjoyed. They showed us more of the Malta,
they really
and yeah,
did.
I like the chemistry. I thought Will Kemp was funny, and I thought he did a great job.
Mhm.
I
like, and
enjoyed.
him doing like the different accents and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that was funny, and all the dancing was really really great and a lot of fun. Of course, we love them in the Christmas waltz,
yeah.
and so that was good. Overall, I mean, this was definitely the best of these five, no
Yes.
question,
Yeah.
for
Def-
sure. But it didn't make me want to see more.
mm. I want to see more.
Like, I just wish this had, like I said, I just wish there had been Roman Holiday in Malta.
Yeah. I
Uh,
like the black and white scene too. I like that. That was that was definitely different. I definitely is a different
oh
kind
yeah.
of choice, but I liked it.
I mean, how many crimes can you work around dance?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, how can you even? Because that's why I thought it was a one-off from the beginning. I'm like, how could you make different crimes about this? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because she's a detective,
Yeah,
the detective. So I guess, but yeah, I feel like bringing in the dancing would be a little bit. Nobody's gonna want to be your partner.
yeah, exactly. Everyone just keeps dying.
But I would give this one probably a 4. I thought it was well made. It was pretty entertaining. They had good banter. They were good together. It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah. I had 4.25, so yeah.
Yeah. And we had Aurora Tea Garden, something new. This stars Mary Lou Henner, Skylar Samuels, Kayla Heller, Steve Bassick, Evan Roderick, Madison Smith. When Sally's fiance doesn't appear, her best friend Aurora asks Arthur to assist her in looking for him. Soon, a body is found. Everyone assumes it is Sally's party groom, but when it turns out to be someone else, he becomes the main suspect. So, what did you think about this?
Okay, so I like Evan and Skylar, and I don't know. I thought that in a theory, I thought it was better than it was when I watched it. Um, I don't know. And then Madison Smith, I just wish they would give him a role where he's a good guy and where he can be in like in a series of movies, mystery movies, instead of just, always just making him the bad person.
No, I was so annoyed about that because I
Me
love
too.
him. He's a friend of the podcast. We really enjoyed him. And I just feel like he has so much potential. He's
Yeah.
so handsome and he's so charming. Why did they keep making him the murderer or the
I
bad
really
guy?
wished in the Sister Sleuths, I really wished he was going to be like the.
That made no sense. It still doesn't make any sense.
Didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't. And I was upset because I was like, oh yes, he's going to be like the, the cop who helps her out and, stuff. And it was just like,
I mean, I guess technically it was his sister who was the real murderer, but still, he didn't end up getting to marry Sally.
Yeah.
And it did not feel like Evan Broderick was Peter Benson.
Yeah,
that was the least believable.
I think that was the least believable. Yeah.
Of the.
Okay, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about a prequel series to a series that we know that these two people don't end up together? How do you feel about that?
Because we know that they had a past though, right?
Yeah, we know they had like a relationship in the past,
because that's why what's her name is always so jealous, Miranda Fragone.
Yeah, exactly. But that we know that it doesn't work out, and I'm just like, it just feels like a weird.
He almost looks more like a young Niall Mater, which we know that wouldn't be the case, but
yeah, that's true. He does look more.
Doesn't look like Peter Benson at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I thought that she was pretty likable. I was willing to it was almost like this was sort of an alternate universe take on Aurora. But yeah, I guess I was okay with that part of it because I was willing to sort of see it as more of like a spinoff than like a real prequel.
Yeah.
But I guess I would probably just say, why not just make something new, with like, what would be really cool is if they did one where Mary Lou Henner was just, you could have her be the new, what's it? I forget, Jennifer. It's Jennifer. I forget the last name, but of Great Stale Mysteries. You could have her be the new,
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
And to have her give her own series because she's the best. She deserves
Yeah,
it.
that would be good. I mean, I would watch it because she's
Who
good.
wouldn't?
She's engaging. She's funny.
Who wouldn't watch it?
Yeah.
It was funny because
I liked it. Okay.
Mary Lou is in the new Haunted Mansion, just barely. She's just in the beginning, and
That's so
I came out
funny.
after her, and I was like, I just saw you. I just saw you.
So good.
But anyway, she's great. It was okay. I was annoyed about, but I was really irritated about Madison. I was just like, what? Why can't they figure out how to use this guy?
Yeah, I really don't know why they can't because he is so handsome and charming and he does a great job. So I don't
Yeah.
know why they won't just, use him as like a lead. Like, I don't know.
Please, Hallmark, get with it. And I do think that that Skylar and Kayla were both fine as Aurora and Sally.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it was fine. The clues were fine, but I wouldn't be excited about any more.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm in the same place.
I would give it like a 3 or 3.25, something like that.
Yeah. I said 3.25. So yeah.
Yeah. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. Based off the TV movie streaming on UpTV Network, Just Jake is the story of an emerging country star who returns home and reunites with his high school sweetheart in the second chance romance written by Jamie Engel. Order your copy on Amazon today using our affiliate link, where you can access a QR code to see photographs from the set, download the movie poster, and grab the delicious ginger heart cookie recipe, an Engel family tradition. Visit the author at www.jamieengel.com and enter the Engelverse. That's jamieengel.com. Let's get more positive. We're talking the preview for Summer Nights coming up.
Woo!
Yes.
Things we haven't seen yet. We're anticipating a whole different vibe.
All right. So we're going to give these 1 to 5 in our excitement level, like 1 to 5 beach balls or something.
I was going to say, what is it? Beach balls. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Or seashells or something like that. Whatever.
Beach balls is fun. I like that.
Okay. Beach balls. All right. So first one, Making Waves, Hallmark Channel. This stars Holland Roden and Corey Cott, director Terry Ingram. When a music label executive goes to a festival on the Outer Banks to beat out the competition for an elusive new band, she discovers that the group is fronted by her childhood summer sweetheart. What do you think?
I'm excited because this movie, it's like all about has a festival in it, and we haven't seen so many of those, so I'm not like tired of them. And I like this cast, and interested to see what kind of music they're gonna put in there. And the promo, like 3 seconds in the promo for Summer Nights, look good. So yeah, I think it sounds good.
And I guess we've seen this Corey Cott. He was in the Butler movie, I think.
Yes, and I liked him in that.
I did too. I
think this will be good.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a theater person?
Let me see. It says on this IMDb.
I heard that the last time we saw him.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was in Newsies.
Yes, I think he actually sings probably, so that's good.
Ooh. Oh yeah, though it makes sense since it's playing a singer.
Yeah.
It says here that he played Jack Kelly for 2 years in Disney's Newsies, which was he was Gaston Lachelle opposite Vanessa Hudgens and Victoria Clark in the Broadway revival of Gigi. So he's got, let's see, he received critical acclaim for his performance as Donnie Nowitzki in the Tony Award-winning musical Bandstand, which was filmed live and can be streamed on demand. So yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, so I always get
cool.
glad when we have like a real singer who's playing a singer.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just makes me relax a little.
Yeah, and he's pretty handsome. So hey, I'm on board.
He's cute, yeah. So, and I like Holland. So I think this sounds like it could be fun, like a great summer music festival, movie.
Yeah, I'm seeing if these writers, what else they've written.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Looks like this is their first. They've done some couple TV episodes, but this is their first movie.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, so this is their first.
Movie.
Yeah, first movie for both of them.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that could bring in something different, which is
Kate Shriver and Laura Stryker are the names. And yeah, it looks pretty fun. I've long thought that they could do a fun one at a film festival, but this is kind of somewhat like that, because they have all these festivals that hardly anybody actually has these crazy festivals. Here, like, people have music festivals. Like,
yeah, that's true. It's like a real festival that people have. So
yeah. So what would you give it 1 to 5 beach balls?
I would say 4 beach balls.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I think so. All right. So then we have A Safari Romance on Hallmark Channel, Andrew Walker, Brittany Bristow, and it's directed by Lee Bristow and written by Agnes Bristow, Brittany's parents. Megan Henry, a down-to-earth wildlife biologist working on a project that will foster protection of wildlife in Africa, is forced to team up with a theme park designer, Tim Erickson, who wants to create an over-the-top safari attraction. Well, this one, for me, it'll help a lot once you see a trailer.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
For some reason, I'm not convinced about Andrew Walker and Brittany Bristow chemistry.
Yeah, I think because I just thought about it, and I think there's an age difference there.
Oh, there is a big difference. Andrew Walker's 44 and Brittany is 33. So over 10 years. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think that Leaf and Agnes, I think they were involved in the one, and I think Brittany was in the other Africa movie with Lacey.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's gonna be better than that movie, because that movie is like one that I really dislike, that I don't think anyone dislikes as much as me. So I know it's gonna be better than that, because
maybe they learned from their mistakes.
Yes, I hope so.
The only thing I remember really thinking was funny in that movie was the wrong guy was so over the top that it kind of made me laugh.
The right guy was so over the top that it brings me out. I'm like, this is the right guy. He's so mean. He's so mean.
But I just remember that the wrong guy was like a real snob. Like, it was
he
funny.
had to be over the top because the right guy was mean. So he had to be like totally like,
yeah.
Make him look, passable.
But hopefully they will be able to come up with something. Yeah, the plot.
This description is just not good. Yeah,
it's
just
not great.
It's not telling us anything fun, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, because if they're trying to do like Animal Kingdom or something kind of a thing, like, they're so careful about the Animal Kingdom, about the treatment of the animals, and like, I don't think that's right to have them be seen as like the big bad amusement park people. That makes me a little nervous. And they actually, a lot of times, those like zoos and Animal Kingdom and places like that they actually save lives and help rehabilitate animals that have been victims of poaching and treated terrible. So I don't want them to be the enemy, and I don't think that they, obviously, especially at the end, they're going to be together, and so it's not going to be the enemy, but it's just that plot doesn't sound the best.
It's not.
Yeah. But you always hope with all these ingredients and people working on it and that it'll be fun. So I'm gonna say 2.5, maybe 3 beach balls.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
3. I can watch
Yeah,
Andrew do
3.
anything, so I'll say 3.
Okay, then we have Never Too Late to Celebrate on the Hallmark Channel. Stars the Vegas, director Felipe Rodriguez, writers John Bellina and Talia Gonzalez. Career-focused dentist Camila is reluctant to celebrate her 30th birthday, but inspired by Javi, a Spanish teacher, the two plan a quinceañera-themed party to honor her Hispanic heritage. So, what do you think about this?
I think this sounds fun. I mean, in the clips that, they gave us, it looks like they're having fun. They're dancing, they're at the party. Or one time they're just dancing. Looks like they took a walk and they're dancing to some live music. But one time
Mhm.
they're at the actual party. And I always like the Vegas. Their chemistry works for me. I just think that they always, do a good job. So, and I'm glad they'll be able to, actually be part of their heritage in this movie,
Mhm.
which they have the last couple, but yeah.
Yeah, I particularly liked the Love in the Limelight,
Hmm. Yeah.
and this seems kind of similar
Hmm.
in vibe, like with her family in that movie I really liked, and their chemistry was really good in it. And I mean, it seems kind of funny to go from like reluctant to wanting to celebrate your birthday at all to planning a quinceañera. That seems like a big swing, but
Uh-huh.
but hopefully I mean, it makes me a little nervous because most party planning movies are really boring,
Yeah.
but hopefully there's enough going on that that'll just be kind of in the background.
Hmm. Yeah. And I think Carlos will make a fun Spanish teacher if we see
Yeah.
it in action a little bit. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It'd be nice to kind of have that side of him brought out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
Mhm.
And I think he has some of his blonde highlights. They, of course, wouldn't let him be totally blonde, but they let him have a little bit.
So I give this one 4.
Yeah, I would give this one solid 4. I'm looking forward to it. See what they're gonna bring us.
Yeah. I think the title's lame. Never Too
Yeah,
Late
I
to
thought
Celebrate.
Say was better than Never Too Late to Celebrate. That sounded
Yeah.
better than that. I
You,
don't. Yeah.
you could have it be called like Second Chance Quinceañera
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah,
something like that. That would be much better. Okay, so then we have Napa Ever After. I'm a little bit confused. So this is the Mahogany movie, but it's on Hallmark Channel.
it is. Yeah, that's what the lady that Dara talked to. She said it's the Mahogany movie, but it's airing on Hallmark Channel this time. I know I know all the movies this year did not rate at all. Like there's no ratings because it was so low, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if that's why they're putting it on Hallmark Channel, because like I guess only 2 movies, but the 2 movies this year were not in the top 150. So we
So
don't
it's been Spring Breakthrough, and then what was the other one?
the Nashville Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they're changing it to Hallmark Channel so that it can get more viewership and I don't know, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah, so this one stars Denise Botte and Colin Lawrence. After inheriting her strange grandmother's winery in Napa Valley, Cassandra, a high-powered attorney, takes a sabbatical from her job to renovate the property that was the source of the fractures within her family. With the help of handsome local Alex, she learns more about the grandmother she hardly knew and is able to reconcile the past while finally opening herself up to a love like she's never known. What do you think?
So I really like the poster and the pictures for this movie. This description makes it sound like a lot of drama, which I don't want.
Uh-huh.
But the poster like looks so cute and like
What? And I think there's
summery.
a scene of him taking off his shirt, which I'm a
Yes,
fan of.
and the promo, it promo opens with Colin Lawrence with no shirt in a vineyard. Okay, we
Yeah.
can, yes, that's what we want. All this drama and fractures and hard family stuff. Not really, but
Yeah.
we want the is he an architect or carpenter or something? He's helping renovate, I guess. So a handyman or whatever he is. That sounds good.
Yeah, like if it was kind of like the first of the in love ones, the heart of,
Uh-huh.
what are they called? The one with like Lacey and Brennan. Like that one, I like the first one of that. And then they have the Fall into Love on Netflix.
Yeah,
Kind of similar. They could be fun, like the
I think that could
renovating
be
and
fun as long as they're doing more like, stuff with the winery, stuff with renovating, stuff like that, doing fun things like that, or just like going out to, take a break from that when they do. That could be good. It freaks me out when it has all these fractures and
yeah.
about the past. I'm like, these words are making me
Especially the mahogany.
especially with mahogany. I'm like, why do we always have to be so dramatic? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they have. Like, I wish that they would have movies for mahogany, like The Best Man, Holiday, or Barbershops. Those series, like those are so fun.
Just something fun.
Yeah, like they have some drama in them, but all comedies have like moments, and all dramas have moments of comedy. But I wish that they would watch those Best Man movies because they're fun.
Yeah, those are fun, and those are good.
Mm-hmm.
I like Colin Lawrence. I'm glad he's getting another, lead role. I don't know this actress.
Yeah, I don't know her either. I hope that this one is better made than the other two that you mentioned this year. I feel like the production has not been there. Especially Spring Breakthrough, I thought looked so cheap.
Oh yeah, the way it looked.
Everything about it, I thought the acting was really weak in that. I was like, they were way kinder to that movie than I would have guessed, because I thought that it was so bad. And it just felt like a step below Tyler Perry to me. Like even he has sort of a level of acting, directing, melodrama, all that stuff that I don't think that one had. I thought it was really bad. This one looks like it's got the budget, so let's just hope that it's okay. I give it a 3.
I'm gonna give it 4. I'm gonna try to will myself to be hopeful because I want it to be good. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then we have Love in the Great Smoky Mountains, a national park romance. Hallmark Channel, Ariel Kebble and Zach Rohrig, directed by Danny J. Boyle and writer Bruce D. Johnson. Former sweethearts reunite at an archaeological dig in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. As they work together, competing for the same research grant, they discover they might still have feelings for one another. I like Ariel Kebble. She's a lot of fun. She's been, so she was in some really good ones. Bride for Christmas, early on. But that's, I if I knew I was going to actually see Great Smoky Mountains, I'd be interested because I like seeing the national parks. And but I'm gonna give this one like 1 beach ball.
I will say this description sounds more interesting than the other ones.
Yeah.
I will say it seems like maybe there'll be some banter and like maybe, I don't know.
Because they're competing against each other.
Yeah. So it seems like maybe it could be a little bit more interesting. But I know we're probably not going to see the Great Smoky Mountains. And at least I like both these actors better than the ones from the other ones. So, I'll give it 2 beach balls, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll actually watch this one.
All right. Then we have Big Sky River, The Bridal Path, Hallmark Movies Mysteries, Emmanuel Vager and Kavan Smith, director Peter Benson. Tara, now settled in Montana and dating cowboy Boone, works to bring their family lives together, but tensions arise as blending their families will be more of a challenge than anticipated. I feel like I have to wonder if they were like, we've got the rights to these books and we're just going to make them, even the fact that like nobody remembers the trailer made it seem like we were all like really attached to this couple and like really invested.
So weird. I just don't get it. And I felt bad, but then a girl on Twitter, she was like, out of all the movies from 2022, this is really like, something you're making a sequel of. And I thought the same thing. I thought, I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like, it was fine. It was just, there was no need for a sequel to this movie, like at all.
It must just be like you said. It must be they had the rights or something, and they just I don't know. They just really wanted to make it. I don't know why, because nobody asked. Nobody asked.
Yeah. So I give this one a 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2. I just was so shocked when I remember seeing it on the filming schedule. I'm like, this really can't be what I think it is because that just seems weird.
Okay, then we have The More Love Grows. This is on Movies Mysteries. Rachel Boston, Warren Christie. In The More Love Grows, Rachel Boston plays Helen, whose husband asks for separation just after they drop their daughter off at college. Thanks to a stray dog who enters her life and the friendship of a helpful veterinarian played by Warren Christie, Helen rediscovers her strength and begins to forge a new path. How old is Rachel Boston? I'm curious. 41. So I guess she could have a daughter in college. She feels so young to me.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, to have a daughter in college doesn't seem that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this one sounds okay. Warren Christie does have a pretty good track record. His only real
Ooh, is that
was
movie
the Candace Cameron one.
It was so boring.
It was so boring. It was Business
very
Meeting, the
boring.
movie.
Yeah, that like when I think of a boring Hallmark movie, I think about that movie. I
Yeah.
think about being real bored. Yeah.
But most of his are pretty good, like Crashing
Yeah.
Through the Snow, It's a Wonderful Time of the Year. He has a pretty good track
Color
record.
of Rain. Yeah.
Color of Rain, that one's a crier.
I was gonna say it's a different kind of good, but yeah, it's
good.
it's good, but it'll make you cry. Yes.
So he has a pretty good track record.
Yeah, I like him.
And Rachel Boston's movies usually are really good. I love Ring by Spring. I love Christmas in Angel Falls. Those are probably my 2 favorite of hers.
Yeah, I love Stop the Wedding.
Oh yeah, that one's good too. I wish that this was not a drama. It does feel like Little Women's fiction-y to me, and those haven't been great.
Yeah, that's true. It does seem like that, especially from the description. Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say 4 for this and just hope that the stars carry it.
I'm gonna say 3.
And it's called Guiding Emily. And this on Movies Mysteries, Sarah Drew, Eric McCormick, Antonio Cupo, director Andy Makita. Emily's life changes after losing her eyesight while a guide dog struggles with training. Through a series of missed encounters, both overcome their obstacles and find each other. I feel like we're missing something in that description. Just one sec. That doesn't sound right. I guess this is based on a book. Guiding Emily, A Tale of Love, Loss, and Courage.
And Eric McCormick is the voice of the dog.
Oh, okay, so that's making more sense.
Yeah, because I remember being like, okay, what's with this weird combination of people?
Okay,
like,
so that makes more sense because it's written sort of.
Yeah.
It's written, okay, it makes more sense because it says Emily's life changes after losing her eyesight while a guide dog struggles with training. Okay, I get it.
Actually,
he is the guide dog.
He is the guide dog. He's gonna have a voice, I guess. So, and
Got
then
it. Okay.
Cupo's like her friend, I think, or something. So, yeah.
And this does have a pretty stacked cast: Antonio Cupo, Peter Benson, Matty Finocchio, Toby Levins. Got a lot of people that we've seen a lot.
Yeah, you know, this is definitely out of these 2 movies with dogs. This is definitely the one I'm looking forward to more. I love Sarah Drew.
Oh yeah,
wonderful. And I'm interested to see. This seems like kind of like a hard thing to pull off, but you know they're taking a chance. They're going for it. So I'm. Yeah.
Well, and the fact that it's based on this book, Barbara Hinsky is the book.
It does help when at least there's a book.
It's women's fiction, so makes me nervous. But hopefully, you know, the other one that I was not that big a fan on was the one with the sisters whose parents had died. in the plane accident.
Oh, the name North. Is it North?
Yeah, I did not like that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, just the cast alone, I'll be optimistic and say I'm gonna give this 3.5.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I'm kind of in that spot because I don't want to say 3 feels too low and 4 feels too high. So I'll say 3.5 beach balls. Yeah, I hope it's gonna be good. And yeah, the cast is so good, so I hope they'll pull it off.
Yeah.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, Hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
Okay, this is very exciting, and we should have like a siren or something like, hey.
Oh, what are we gonna do this time?
Well, I think we'll just continue on with beach balls because what's happening here? If you're seeing this, you see that we are in different. If you're on the YouTube, you see we are in different clothes. We have different mics. I mean, this is just because we found out before this posted, we found out that there were 5 more movies that we didn't preview that were coming in September, and so we decided we had to include them in the preview part of this episode. So here we go. We're going to do that. We'll just continue on with the 5 beach balls from the previous episode.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. First one is called Fourth Down and Love. And this on Hallmark Channel, it stars Pascal Hutton and Ryan Pavey, follows a single mother and a pro football player as they meet again on her daughter's flag football field after his career is interrupted by an injury. So what do you think about this?
I think Ryan Pavey definitely looks like he could be a football player, or that he played football before. He's stiff for me, so I just worry about it. But I know he'll look good in the uniform. But I like Pascal too.
I'm sorry, Pavey packed, but I think that Ryan Pavey is best when he is playing some variation on Darcy.
Yeah,
when he's supposed to be kind of stiff.
Because
he's supposed to be. And so this doesn't strike me as a great fit for him, but I do like Pascal. I think she's great. Even that really weird dating show one she was in.
Yeah,
I have to do that one with Haley Strong one of these days.
Yeah.
You're gonna shoot like the dating show ones. Because that one was nuts. It's just like we have a third person on all of these dates for some reason. But yeah, I mean, it sounds cute. But yeah, I would say the casting is the only thing that makes me a little hesitant. But it could be kind of like I love the movie Just Right. And that doesn't have a kid involved, but like the rehabilitation and the I love that one. It's so funny, that movie, how they had to try so hard to make Common look as tall as those basketball players.
Yeah.
Because he's not at all.
Yeah, because the basketball players don't never look so tall because they're all tall.
Yeah.
But then they're around regular people and they look gigantic.
So they have them all kind of, because he's 6 foot tall. He's not like nothing, but
and that's like not very tall if you're around basketball players.
Yes. Yeah, and so they're all just kind of like
punching,
shrugging,
wearing flat no shoes.
Yeah. But I love that. Absolutely love that movie. Because yeah, like Tim Duncan is 6'11". So that's how much taller
Yeah, it's like literally a foot taller, basically.
they have to make. But I love that movie. It's so good. And I cannot understand, we're totally going on tangents, but I cannot understand why Paula Patton isn't like a massive, huge star. She is so beautiful. And
I don't know. I've always wondered why she wasn't a huge star, because yeah, she's beautiful. She's she's talented. Yeah, I don't know.
It is a mystery.
It's baffling. It's one of those baffling things.
She's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. And you think that just Mission Impossible 4 would have been like but she's in just right. And she should fire her agent because she deserves. Okay, so how many beach balls are we gonna give?
I'll give 3. I'll give 3 beach balls.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. Yeah. It's a clever title. I like the title.
Yeah, I do like the title. The title's really good. And they look cute in this picture. I mean, I'm looking at the picture. They look cute. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We want it to be good. We really do. We want it to be good.
So then we have Retreat to You, the Hallmark Channel, Amelia Ullerup and Peter Mooney. Abby and Sean used to be best friends. Years later, they meet again at a retreat, and when they get separated from the group while hiking, they must work together to find their way back. So this sounds cute. I mean, Amelia has done like a spa retreat movie before. The one with the CGI bear.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
That's bad, yeah.
But I think it could be fun.
Yeah, I think it could be. I'm kind of like weirded out by this until they had a falling out at their graduation party. I'm like, oh geez, don't be too dramatic over something small, you guys. I hope. But yeah, it sounds like they could be kind of like maybe enemies and to have to help each other, figure out how to get back together. Like with that could be fun.
I don't know this Peter Mooney. I don't think. Let's see, what else has he done? I guess he was in that one with the bird and Natalie Hall.
I was gonna say he was in that movie.
I like that one.
Yeah, he's handsome.
I think this one could be fun. I mean, this one almost, it's like friends to lovers, but it's also kind of enemies to lovers at the same time.
Yeah.
So it depends on how they go with it.
Yeah, exactly. It'll depend on the script.
It sounds like one of those ones that could easily be a horror movie.
Yeah.
The few changes.
We've lost the group. Wrong turn 5. Okay.
So I'm gonna give this one a 3 as well.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay, then we have A Very Venice Romance, Hallmark Channel. This is Stephanie Leonidis and Renario Monaco Di Lepio. Sorry, I butchered that name. But it follows Amy in her search for a chef to help guide the venture she works for. She tries to woo an Italian chef, but he turns her down, so she enrolls in his cooking school to try to persuade him, because it had been too long since we had an Italy movie. There was like a big alarm was sounded in an Italy movie.
Well, and then like when I was reading this description, I was like, this sounds similar to Take Me Back for Christmas, just because the meal prep and then the chef. And,
oh, yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh, you don't really want to be compared to that right now. So
that's true.
And I don't
this
know
one sounds pretty basic. It'll totally depend on chemistry. But yeah, we just had the dancing detective that was in Malta, right? And we had Portugal, we had but they need to get us. We've only had like three Italy movies. I guess we had the Greek movie too with the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And it seems like everybody, like even in Hollywood, the big thing was like film in Italy. Mission Impossible 7, Fast X. So everybody's going to Italy. And but I'm trying to think. This Stephanie Lee.
Yeah, I've never seen either of these people, so I don't know them.
Let me see. Or either.
They just kill me. Will Amy then return home or pursue Amore? Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh.
I'm going to give it a 2, but I hope it'll be a pleasant surprise.
You know what? I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay. Then we have over on Movies and Mysteries, we have Haunted Harmony Mysteries, Murder in G Major. And this stars Tamara Mowry Housley and Marco Grazzini and Eamon McCarthy. And it follows former orchestra conductor Gethsemane Brown, great name, great name, as she moves to Ireland to teach at a boarding school, because of course we haven't had an Ireland movie in a while, so we needed that. At a boarding school, after deciphering a message, she meets renowned composer who is rumored to be behind the death of his love. And I have to say, as far as beautiful people,
oh my god,
crushed it. They crushed it in this one.
They're 2 beautiful people.
This one I think will probably be fine. I've been underwhelmed by pretty much every mystery so far. The gold standard this year is That Family Mystery.
Oh yeah, that's easily the best one.
It was so good, and especially the secondary romance in that one I loved so much. That
I mean, what made that one so good was that like there was like 2 romances, like nobody had to like be murdered.
Yeah,
like it was just like I don't know, it just had like the different like kind of feel to it, and I liked it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be optimistic about this one and hope it'll be fun. I'm gonna give it 4.
Okay, but wait, you missed this part. It says, "Oh, did we mention Eamon's actually a ghost hot to solve his murder?"
Oh, I didn't see that on the IMDb.
Yeah, this is on the TV Line article. So it's saying the renowned composer Eamon McCarthy, who is rumored to be behind the death of his longtime love. I guess he's actually a ghost. So I don't know how they're gonna pull that.
That's not the actor's name. That's the character's name.
That's the character's name.
Let me see. On IMDb.
Says Supernatural.
Oh, you're right. The actor's name. Oh, sorry. So the actor's name is Ristard Cooper. My bad. Yeah, Eamon McCarthy is the character name. I must have read that wrong. That's interesting. He's a ghost.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. That set makes it. I don't know.
Huh.
I'll have to see how they do that.
Because you figure, is this just going to be another of these one-timers?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the mysteries, it's like they just throw stuff at the wall and just.
Because how can are you going to have this ghost with all of them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Haunted Harmony Mysteries? They're all going to be haunted?
That's a good question.
What's the name?
Is she like the ghost whisperer? Like, what's happening?
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like it could be fun. I don't know. Yeah. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
So what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it 4.
Okay. Okay, last one is Mystery Island. And this is Movies and Mysteries. It's Elizabeth Henstridge and Jason Trent. London police psychiatrist Dr. Amelia Presley needs to take a relaxing break from her stressful job. So her wealthy friend invites her to Mystery Island, and you should not go to Mystery Island. But Mystery Island, an immersive murder mystery themed resort hosting a special retreat for the original investors. As the mystery game begins, tragedy strikes when the resort's reclusive founder is murdered. Amelia partners with local detective Jason Trent to investigate. So I have to say, I thought Glass Onion was a pile of trash. I hated that movie. I thought it was terrible. It was very annoying to me. I know most people really enjoyed it. I did not like it at all. So this idea of this mystery on this island.
The first thing I thought of when I read it, the first thing I thought was Glass Onion.
It was painful. It was so boring and so dumb. I hated it.
I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. The first one is definitely a lot better.
It was just characters monologuing. I really disliked it.
It was a lot of monologuing. I can definitely say that.
So the premise like gives me PTSD.
I'm glad for
am-
Elizabeth Hensdridge because I like her in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I think she's gonna have her accent, so she won't
Yes,
have,
that's what I was gonna
like,
say.
she won't have to spend so much energy trying to focus on like keeping the accent,
Yeah.
so she can like be her wonderful self. So I'm really glad
Because that was a big problem with the
it was.
Plaza movie.
Yeah, I think it just really made her stiff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
very
like, this is not
stiff.
how she is. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But this, yeah, I was happy to see that, and it could be fun.
Yeah. And
Could be
Jason
fun.
Trent, I mean, he's from How to Get Away with Murder. He's very well versed in murdery situations. So he's be a detective this time. But I think he'll
Yeah.
be so I think it might be fun. I think it could be a
Mhm.
nice little surprise. If
Yeah,
it's
it could be.
good.
It's definitely something different. So
Yeah.
I would give it 2.
I'll give it 3. But
Okay.
yeah, I
good.
would never go to Mystery Island. I'm just telling
No,
you.
I would never go.
Not sign up.
Like I don't even really like role playing or any kind of like the Star Wars hotel thing that's now closing, the Galactic Star Cruiser
No.
yeah, at Disney World, where you were like immersed in all this role play and everything.
Hmm.
I mean, it was insane expensive. It was like $6,000 for 2 nights in this thing. And
That's crazy.
like,
That's
ooh,
insane.
who has that? But
That's so
that's just
great.
not for me. But especially anyone that has murder in the title, don't go there.
Yeah, no. I'm not like one of those people, like the people who see a fight and they go towards it. Nope, not me. I'm going the other way. I'm like, bye. I'm not,
Me too. I'm like, stay away.
not trying to be sucked into any weird situations.
I'm with you. I'm a low risk
Yes,
personality. Well, let us know what you think about all of these movies that we previewed today. We appreciate it. And where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at awscott21.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out. Also, make sure you're following the podcast at Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That really helps us a lot. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That most of our viewers on YouTube are not subscribers. So if you're one of those people, please subscribe. It really helps us a lot. And if, check out the Patreon. There's lots of great opportunities at the Patreon. And we have the merch store, which is a lot of fun. So please take a look at that. And thanks so much, everybody. Glad we got to catch up. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.